So targeting multiple countries. This exact strategy that I would use if you want to target multiple countries, you want to expand to new territories. There are basically two scenarios with that we're going to see today. The first one, you probably will target worldwide. The second might be you actually want to target some certain EU countries. So you might be a brand in the EU trying to expand in different countries, or you might be a brand in the US or whatever that is, or an advertiser that you want to expand into the EU market and vice versa. So that would be my whole strategy, how I would approach it from a top level standpoint. And just to be clear, just going quickly, if you're new to the channel, who am I, why am I credible actually sharing this stuff? Basically, I'm a growth consultant and I was doing over 20 million in sales generated, overseeing 500k a month in adspend. I work multiple in-house brands as well as seven figure agencies. I'm still working and I'm a senior media buyer. So point being, I'm seeing a lot of data, and yeah, that's why you need to hear about me, or or at least so this is my credibility behind it. So let me just share my thoughts on what I have found and what I have found personally. Now, the first thing I would say, going into the first one, is really is targeting EU. So what I would suggest, if you go target EU, I would just try targeting the whole EU plus UK if possible, and get some data on which countries you are getting the highest CBR. You can really stack them very easily into the ads manager. If you go on ads level, you can stack each country, and then you can see and you can sort as you get more data which countries and territories are the high converting ones, and really go from there. You can then separate countries into different tier groups and target them separately if you have a top performing countries. For example, you might find that Germany, Netherlands, and maybe Sweden, for example, is the top CBR countries. You can just duplicate this campaign and just sort this, or this ad set sort by only these 4 or 5 countries, and then you could limit the campaigns down to those who make the audience size smaller with a smaller budget. Yeah, then you could just limit the campaigns down to those to help make the audience size smaller with the smaller budget. So you're not like, you're spreading the budget too thin, because I'm assuming you have lots of the budget, and it's not ideal for Facebook to get as much learnings as much possible if you have like 20 different countries. So that's how you could approach targeting you. And another important thing that I want to mention is localization of your ad copy, creative landing pages. Obviously, when you advertise, for example, in the EU, you might be advertising in Germany. It's very important from a CBS standpoint that someone in Germany sees a German ad and launch it on a German website. From a CBS perspective, as you may assume, there will be a drop off otherwise. So obviously it's very difficult to do that, and it's very resource heavy, and I've seen success without doing that up to a certain point. So if you're just thinking about that, I would say you can go towards that route, but I would just say, like, when you spend like more than 200k a month, basically, like 200 to 300k a month, and you successfully, like, again, break out into the EU, but you really want to scale in the EU, you will need localization. But you don't have to use the language filter, testing your best assets with English ad copy. For example, if you're in the US, UK, or Australian market, and then the algorithm basically will sort them to the right people, you need to mess with the language filter. I've never done that, and I got like very, very good results. So just to be clear, how I would approach it from an ad account perspective: if you have run ads before, you'll be running ads, I will just start testing the top assets directly and launch an advanced spa shopping campaign with all my best assets, throw it into that, target the EU, and go from there. If you're not, go about the normal campaign structure. I have a video right there, I'm going to link, and begin testing some ad concepts. Basically, have a separate test campaign for the EU, ideally, and an actual scaling campaign to see what's resonating with the EU market. If you, for example, from the US, and go from there and go through that process from the start. But if you have some winners, go straight and test those, because 9 times out of 10 they will perform very well from my experience. Now, scenario number 2 is basically targeting worldwide. There might be a few occasions you're a brand that can actually see products worldwide, or you might sell like high ticket service or something. You can't just target worldwide. I would suggest split worldwide targeting into 3 budgets. tier 1 countries, like all the English speaking countries, USA, UK, Australia. Again, it's like I do that, not ideal, because these have CPMs differences, so it's not ideal. But if you want to do this is how I would do that. Tier 2, mostly Western Europe, because again, it's not like ideal again, but it's much closer from a culture standpoint and a market standpoint when you compare these to, for example, USA. So, and tier 3, everyone else basically, exclude certain countries, I would say like India, Philippines, they tend to get a lot of the spend I've found, but they have very poor conversion rates due to just a low buy intent. So I was just doing that. And lastly, you can sort per conversion rate once you have sign up data. Again, the key is, because I'm assuming you don't have like multiple millions spent. So just to be clear, once you get some data, I think narrow it down is the way. So you can run those performing countries separately for additional scale and really be pinpointing which resonating better with your product or service. So this is how I would go about it, honestly. And yeah, that was a quick video. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave me down below in the comments. I have also some links in the description for if you want to get some personalized help for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you have a good time, guys. Hope you have a good day, guys.